I want you to dig deep within your heart. अपने अंदर चाती मारो. Dig deep. And find what have you been longing for. Sometimes we numb ourselves. We don't apa andar dekhde nahi hai. During the years of COVID, the world went crazy when they were told to sit in a room for 2 days and just sit there with their thoughts. The world said, we can't do that. Andar chati bani hai, ye nahi ho sakta. They can't sit there with their own thoughts. But today, I'm asking you, sit with your own thoughts. Savdhan ekagarjit. Close your eyes, because the eyes are the windows to distraction. Sit with your eyes closed and dig deep within your heart. Where is that pain stemming from within you? How do I feel that? And now reach out with your heart and ask Guru Sache Pacha, Maharaj, you know my pain. You know what's in my heart. I sing these words out of love to you. Through your words, let me experience you. Let me experience your presence, because my eyes cannot see it. So let my hands and my heart feel you instead. Let me feel you in my heart, and the day I see you, the day I recognize you with those eyes, my internal eyes, is the day you will never be separate from me. Rab tere to kade vakh nahi, bas tere kolo dekhan wali akh nahi.
हम अवगुण परे एक गुण नाही, अमृत छाड़ बिखै बिख खाए। हम अवगुण परे एक गुण नाही, अमृत छाड़ बिखै बिख खाए। माया मोह परम पै फूले, सुत दारा स्यों प्रीत लगाए। एक उत्तम पंथ सुनियो गुर संगत, तह मिलंत जम त्रास मिटाए। एक अरदास पाठ की रत की, गुरु रामदास राखो शरणाई। गुरु रामदास, गुरु रामदास राखो शरणाई। सबना की तू आस है, मेरे प्यारे 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 सबना की सबना की तू आस है। मेरे प्यारे 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 सब तुझे ते आवे मेरे शाह सब तुझे ते आवे मेरे शाह। वाहिगुरु 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 सब तुझे ते आवे मेरे शाह 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 मेरे शाह मेरे दर्शन सुख होए मैं हर दर्शन सुख होए मैं हर दर्शन सुख होए मैं हर दर्शन सुख होए हमरी बेदन तू जानता सच तू मेरे शाह साचा साहिब तेरा किया सच सब होए किया सच सब होए तेरा किया सच सब होए किया सच सब होए झूठा किस को आखिए शाह झूठा किस को आखिए शाह दूजा नाही कोई दूजा नाही कोई दूजा नाही कोई दूजा नाही कोई मेरे प्यारे मेरे प्यारे मेरे प्यारे मेरे प्यारे मेरे प्यारे मेरे प्यारे सबना की ਸਭਨਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੂੰ ਵਰਤਦਾ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਭਨਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੂੰ ਵਰਤਦਾ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਭ ਤੁਝੇ ਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਸਭ ਤੁਝ ਹੀ ਥਾਮੋਂ ਮੰਗਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹਾਰੇ ਤੂੰ ਸਭਨਾ ਕਰ ਇਕਦਾਰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਤੁਝ ਹੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਤੁਝ ਤੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੋਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਝ ਤੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਝ ਤੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਝ ਤੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਭ ਜੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਤੂੰ ਸਭ ਸਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਤੂੰ ਸਭ ਸਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਸਭ ਤੁਝ ਹੀ ਮਾਹੇ ਸਮਾਹੇ ਸਭ ਤੁਝ ਹੀ ਮਾਹੇ ਸਮਾਏ 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 ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਸਭਨਾ ਕੀ ਸਭ ਤੁਝੈ ਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ, ਸਭ ਤੁਝੈ ਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ, ਸਭ ਤੁਝੈ ਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ, ਸਭ ਤੁਝੈ ਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਸ਼ਾਹ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਜਿਉ ਪਾਵੈ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ, ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ।
ਰਾਜਾਨ ਰਾਜ ਭਾਨਾਨ ਭਾਨ, ਦੇਵਾਨ ਦੇਵ ਉਪਮਾ ਮਹਾਨ। ਚਬਰ ਛਤਰ ਤਖਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਲਕ, ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਦੇ ਸਰਗੁਣ ਸਰੂਪ, ਜੋਤੀ ਅਨੂਪ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਰੂਪ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਨਿੱਘੀ ਗੋਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੁੜ ਬੈਠੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਭਾਗੀਆਂ ਘੜੀਆਂ ਬਖਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਹਨ। Before we begin, I want to do this benti that we've not just gathered here by our own accord, but Maharaj Sache Pacha themselves call us to their darbar. The moment we think we are in control, then I have a say, that is where the kirpa stops. But the moment we realize that Maharaj, you are the one that pulls us and makes us sit in the Guru's darbar, and the moment you are the one that lets us out of the Guru's darbar, that is when we realize, Maharaj, really, Sabhna vich tu vartada mere saha. You work within us. You are already present within us. So ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, Guru Sahib Kalgitar Pacha ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੀ ਵਰਤ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ. Let's fold our hands, sit with our back straight. These moments that we have together, they don't come by this often. ਆਓ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਰਸਨਾ ਵਾਂਝੀ ਨਾ ਰਵੇ, ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਗੱਜ ਵੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨੀ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਸੱਚੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ। Sometimes we think, how do we know the Guru has their hand on top of us? We ask ourselves, will the Guru ever bless me? कि Guru मेरे ऊपर भी कदे किरपा करेगा? प्यारियो, मैं सच्ची गल दसां, when we look into Guru Sahib's history, when we look into Guru Sahib's teachings, there is a beautiful example that comes. There is a tree called a bine tree. This bine tree has so many branches and so many trees, so many branches and so many leaves. ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ ਬੋੜ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਲੱਖਾਂ ਹੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ, ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਲੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਟਾਹਣੀਆਂ ਨੇ. It's this thick. It has millions of leaves, and the hundreds and thousands, close to the millions of leaves on it. And it has so many more seeds within the flowers of those buds. The first question is, how do we know that the Guru has kirpa upon us? Ki Guru sade de upar kirpa karda vi hai? Does the Guru do kirpa upon us? How can you tell? And sadhuan de bachne, the saints say, are you sitting in the Guru's darbar? Do you find yourself sitting in the Guru's darbar? Do you find Kirtan playing in your ears? Are you able to listen to katha? Are you able to get the darshan of a Gursikh? If the answer is yes to all of them, then that means Guru has their hand on top of your head. Guru Sahib da hath thode sir te a. Going back to the example of a tree. Kende kinne change bhaag chahide ne? How much great fortune do you need to be able to be born into a human life first of all? You were all born in a human life. You are, and I am. We're all blessed. That's step one. To be born in a human life. Kai janam pai keet patanga. We've gone through how many life cycles? Sometimes a worm, sometimes a rat, sometimes a snake. And we've gone through these cycles again and again and again. All of these dunya, these life cycles, they cannot get liberation. There is something known as a pog juni. Say that with me. They are known as a pog juni. ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭੋਗ ਕਰੀਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਕਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ. You can't get mukti within that. Based on your karma, you go through that cycle. And then you come out of it. But then there is a human life. This is both a pog juni and a moksha juni. It is both. It is considered a juni where you just have to endure your karma. But it's also known as that which you can find liberation in. So step one is how many great cycles have we've gone through. A हीरे जैसा जन्म है कौड़ी बदले जाए मानस जन्म दुलंब है. This human life itself is like a diamond. It's really, really rare. So step one is that. Step two is then being born into a Gursikh family where you have the ability to find Sangat. How many great bhag do you need? How much great karma must you have to be born in a Gursikh family where your grandmother played Asa Divar Kirtan from Harmandir Sahib while you were a kid, whether it be on the TV. And some of us, it might just be that's the only connection that we have to Sikhi. Some of you sitting here today might be thinking in the back of your mind, I don't know what Sikhi is, I don't know what the Guru is saying. All I know is that we had a photo of Guru Nanak Dev Ji in our house, and that my grandma used to play PTC Punjabi as a kid. And they used to play Darbar Sahib Kirtan. And I know we're Sikhs, but I'm looking for something more. If you are blessed to have that much in your house, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਮਨੁੱਖਾ ਜਨਮ ਲੈਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਭਾਗ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਉਸ ਬੋੜ ਦੇ ਦਰਖਤ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਟਾਹਣੀਆਂ ਨੇ. The amount of branches there are on that vine tree, that's how much great karma you must have to be able to be born in a human life. We're talking about hundreds of thousands. Then how much great karma must you have to be able to born in a human life, not only a human life, but a Gursikh family, to be able to learn about the Guru's house. That's how much great karma there is based on how many leaves there are on that vine tree. ਜਿੰਨੇ ਪੱਤੇ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਬੋਰਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ. ਫਿਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਭਾਗ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਥਾ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ. How much great karma do you need to be able to find yourself in the Guru's Sangat and listening to Kirtan and Katha? The amount of seeds that grow within the flowers of those buds that pollinate and they spread across the forest. We're talking about the millions now. ਇੰਨੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਭਾਗ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨੇ. ਆਪੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਸਦ ਬਹਾਲ ਹੈ, ਆਪੇ ਵਿਦਾ ਕਰਾਵੇ. So Guru Sahib pulls you in themselves. And Guru Sahib Ji lets go of you themselves. But here's the trick. In this vachoda, here's the mystery. In this vachoda, when Maharaj lets you go, Maharaj is not actually let you go. We think that we've separated. Vichhodya, na vichhda. Sab mein rahya samaye. ਉਹ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਰਤ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ. ਸਭਨਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੂੰ ਵਰਤਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਾਹਾ. You work within everybody. If you are in everybody, ਜੇ ਤੂੰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਸਦਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਾਹਾ, ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਸਦਾ. Do you not already reside within my own heart? Many times as we search, we find a place of emptiness within us. We find a void within us. ਇੱਕ ਅੰਦਰੂਨੀ ਖਾਲੀਪਣ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਭਰਿਆ ਜਾ ਸਕੇ। ਪਰ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਇਹ ਉਪਜਦਾ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆ? ਜਦੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਬੱਚਾ ਜਨਮ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਖਾਲੀਪਣਾ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ। When a child is born, they're born with a tiny space of emptiness. And as we get older and older, that emptiness just grows. There's a first love that we have. When we don't find that love in our life, then we cry. A child cries. What is that pyar for a child? ਬੱਚਾ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਮੰਗਦਾ ਜੰਮਦਿਆਂ ਸਾਰ? ਪਹਿਲਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਲੱਗਾ ਥਣ ਦੁੱਧ, ਦੂਜਾ ਮਾਂ ਬਾਪ ਕੀ ਸੁੱਧ। When a child is born, the child knows nothing. The child cries. God has filled him with this to say, you are imperfect. You are going to search for something in this world. But Bhaj Guru Duba Sansar, without finding the true Guru, we don't find that satisfaction. We can't find it. The child is searching, and as the child is searching, once it gets fed the milk, it finds contentment. But it only lasts for a couple of hours. Those of you that have had kids, you know it only lasts after 2.5 hours, 3 hours, the child's going to start crying again. Uthe hi rona shuru kar dena. Even if it's in the middle of the night, the child does not know day and night. The child does not know the day of the month. The child does not know what lok lajja is, what it means to please people. The child does not know how to dress. The child does not know what politics it is. The child does not even know what friends are yet. Yet it still has a space on the inside and it's roreaya. Then the child grows to have love for a mother and a father. Then the child wants toys to play with. When it doesn't get the toys it wants to play with, it cries. The child cries. Then the child finds friends. It wants to go out, it learns things. And then eventually it reaches a state when it starts falling in love, in romance within the world. As the child is falling in romance, falling in love, ਆਸ਼ਕੀਆਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਲ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕਾਮ ਨਾ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਜਾਤ, ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ ਜਾਤ ਪਾਤ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੁੱਛੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. They forget the societal customs. They go behind the doors and they say, you know what, Romeo, Juliet, let's go run away. When that desire is not met, then ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਅੰਦਰੂਨੀ ਖਾਲੀਪਣਾ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ. Do you see where I'm getting at here? Then eventually you reach a state where you are trying to pay for a mortgage of your house. You need to present yourself to the world. You need to provide the best education for your children. And ode vich, you chase after the greed, you chase after the money. When that is not met, there's an emptiness on the inside. Eventually the anger comes in, the greed comes in. And as it grows, Guru Sahib says, Bhaj Guru Duba Sansar. Atma krodh hua tannas. In the 8th stage, in the 9th stage, and it goes on and on and on. Pero sachi gall ya, je andron oh santushti nahi prapat hui na, te andron saadi sari zindagi apan dubde javange. But as we're falling, as we're trying to swim, we're trying to reach out. Maharaj Sache Pacha, grab onto my hand. Grab onto my hand. Somebody help me out here. This andar khali, Prem bin, teh teri tanchar. This emptiness that is on the inside of us, it can only be filled with one thing. In fact, not only you are hungry for this one thing, but Akal Purkh is hungry for this as well. And you might think, wait, God is hungry? No, I thought God was content. God is content. But Akal Purkh fir vi kende ne ek cheez, there's one thing that God even wants. That is love. Gobind pao Bhagat da Pukha. Even Gobind wants the love of the Bhagats and the devotion. Andar khali prem bin teh teri tannas. Je andar khali hai na, then even our body, what is the difference between our body, our lives, and that of an animal? Yes, the cow can feel love for the calf. Yes, the deer can feel love for the foe. The horse can feel love for its child. The human feels love for its child. But there's one love that the horse cannot feel, that the dog cannot feel, that the rat, the snake cannot experience. That is love for God. That is love with your true Atmic form, your true form of light within yourself. So, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੰਦਰ ਝਾਤੀ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, when you look deep within yourself, really look, what are we really searching for? We take chinta upon ourselves. We take this stress and weight upon ourselves that I must all figure it out, and if I don't attain what I'm searching for, then I will find pain. Pero sachi gal main ek dassa, if you do not find contentment within, you can go to wherever Florida beaches, you can sit in the Bahamas, you can lay down in Cancun, and you can try to find shanti there, you will not find it. It might be temporary. But if you are content within, then thode band bhi katte jaan. If you're being cut limb by limb, you know this history. You're being cut limb by limb. Your khopri is being taken off like Bhai Taru Singh Ji's, but you're still in bliss. What is that state? How can we attain that? They read the same Sukhmani Sahib that we read today. They read the same Japji Sahib that we read every single day. They read the same Asa Diwar every morning that's played inside of every Gurdwara Sahib across the world. It's the same Shakti there. How do they find that Prem to fill themselves with? Andar khali Prem bin, tehri tanjhar, andron khali reh juga. If they do not find that love. Pyareo, thoda jiha itihas wal main chati marna chahna ya. Dhan Guru Ramdas Ji. Few weeks ago, we remembered their Gurgaddi Divs. In the coming 2 weeks, you are now going to remember Dhan Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj's Avatar Purb. Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, the one that everybody goes to their house today and bows down. A photo of their house is inside of every single Sikh's house today. But there was a time when people even said, this kid is homeless. This person has no house. There was a time when they said, this child, their own relatives said this, that this little child in Lahore, this 7-year-old homeless kid that's walking the streets of Lahore in Juna Mandi, this child is bad luck. This child cannot even feed his own family, he can't even feed himself. And that house today feeds hundreds of thousands when they go to the house of Guru Ramdas Ji. They say this child has no status. Pyareo, when Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, they were born, within that year their mother passed away. Apa andruni khali pan di gal karde, the inner void, the emptiness that we find. It's not just you. And it's not just the rest of the world that is experiencing this. Maharaj says, Nanak dukhiya sab sansar. Bhagat Farid Ji says, I thought the pain was only within my heart. But when I stood on top of my rooftop and I looked around at the world, I saw kar kar eha ag. This fire is burning inside of every single house anyways. Why is it? Pyareo, at the age of 1, their mother passed away. That is when all of the relatives said this child is bad luck. Might as well throw him in the fire as well, at the cremation pyre. At the age of 7, his father passed away. Sache Pachaji's father passed away. It was only their nanny that was able to take care of them. As she took care of them, there was a time when she was cooking the food. She was taking care of this child, but as this child became 7, 8 years old, Pyareo, Ovi Mataji bujurg avastha wal jana shuru ho gayi. She started going towards an older age. In this old age, she couldn't walk, couldn't cook and do any of these things anymore. This 7-year-old child that no rishtedar, chachi, tai, pua, masi, you name it, They all turned their backs. They said, if we let this child enter our house, who knows, we may die just like his mother and father passed away. Because they were in pain as well. जिन्हां नाल मोह सीगा ना वो चढ़ाई कर गए, so they had to find something to blame. This is where we blame. When we want something and we are not able to attain it, that hurts our ego. And when it hurts our ego, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਉਪਜਦਾ ਆ. This is the formation of krodh, how it's described. हे कल मूल क्रोधं कुदंच करना ना उपर्जित है. Oh anger, where you exist, daya cannot exist. Compassion cannot exist where you exist. Because when the ego is hurt, when we have a desire, the desire is left unmet. ਜਦੋਂ ਕਾਮਨਾਵਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੂਰਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਉਦੋਂ ਅਹੰਕਾਰ ਤੇ ਸੱਟ ਵੱਜਦੀ ਆ. ਅਹੰਕਾਰ ਤੇ ਸੱਟ ਵੱਜਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਕ੍ਰੋਧ ਉਪਜਦਾ ਆ. Anger is born. And when anger is born, it destroys your buddhi, it destroys your intellect. And then you do things and say things that you shouldn't have. And you know this as well. And ਜੇ ਬੁੱਧੀ ਨਾਸ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਲਓ ਸਾਰਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਹੀ ਨਾਸ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. Sometimes somebody can make a mistake in anger once and their entire life is gone. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਨਾਨਕ ਦੁਖੀਆ ਸਭ ਸੰਸਾਰ. ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ one day was actually explaining this shabad to somebody. ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸੁਣਾਉਂਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਇਆਂ ਸ਼ਾਹੂ ਸੋਚ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਦੁਖੀ ਹਾਂ. I'm the most painful person in the world. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ. From the beginning of time till now, there has been pain endured. But understand why it exists first. If you're not able to understand the why of it, how will you find the solution? Where is this void? Why are you feeling empty? Why are you feeling numb? Why do you not experience love? Because Maharaj keh rahe andar khali prem bin. If there's no love on your inside, if you're not experiencing an emotion, then how will you experience that fulfillment? Pyareo sachi gal hai, you can love your wife, that love will not last forever. Your love with your child may not last forever. We have temporary fixes. This Shahukar, he said, I loved my wife so much. But then there was a time when my wife became very, very ill. This merchant in Lahore said, my wife became very, very ill. Jadon bahut hi bimar hui na, she was about to die on her deathbed. Out of my love, out of my compassion, I said, oh wife, I will never remarry. This merchant says. I want you to understand how through moh, through our attachments, we try to fill this void. We think it's true love. It's actually not. We think we're chasing the truth, but we're not. He says, oh my wife, I will never remarry. I will never even think of another woman. The wife says, oh husband, tenu bhi pata hai do dinaं diyan gallan hundiyan. You know this as well. This is just infatuation in the moment. The moment I die, 10 days later, all the relatives will be around you and they will encourage you to remarry. And he says, no, I won't. I will not remarry. To the point, I want you to understand how serious sometimes our mind and emotions take us. He says, I will not remarry. How dare you challenge my love? So he takes a knife and he cuts off his private part. And he says, here's proof of my love. I will never remarry. He is in pain. He says, I'm barely holding on. Barely he survived. His wife was impressed with his showcasing of love. Ten days passed and his wife started to get better. Patni da rog lathna shuru ho gaya. She's got better and better and better. After a few months, she's all walking and ready to go. But now, Piaare, her husband has already gotten rid of his private part. He is in pain. He cannot show affection to his wife anymore. And now the wife is seeking elsewhere, unfortunately. That wife, this is not a Gursikh story. They are struggling. His wife looks elsewhere and the husband does nothing about it, cannot do anything about it, sits there. crying in pain, saying, the thing that I gave everything to, I feel betrayed. I thought I put everything, main ta sacha siga. I tried to put everything in it. It's not about you being truthful and putting all you're in. It's where you place it as well. It's not enough to say, but I'll be good. I was the best friend I could. Why did my friend still turn his back to me? That's the reality of the world. And somebody that doesn't experience this pain, they actually may not actually even realize what true separation is. Even this pain is a blessing. In his cry as he sat down, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha sits with him and explains, "Tu nahi kalla dukhi, sara duniya dukhi hai. Dukhi hai sab sansar." Ye udi shabad di uthan ka hai. Jise even Raja Janmeja, even Draupadi was dukhi. Even Ramchandra was dukhi. There was a time. Even if we think we know the future, je apan kahiye na, nahi pavik sama sanu pata lag jooga. I will be fine and happy. God, just tell me my fortune, tell me my destiny. Sache Pacha mainu eh das de ki kinna ka main kado marna hai. When will I die? Maybe then if I know how rich I'll be, all that, meri chinta lat joogi. We worry about the future. There's a saying that if your mind is always in the past, then you're depressed. You're not able to let go. You're not able to find acceptance. But if you're always thinking in the future, what's going to happen next? I don't know, how will I live? Will I survive? What's going to happen tomorrow? Then how will I live? How will my children live? That's anxiety then. And we're constantly living in this state, either in the past or the future. But how can you bring your mind just to the current moment? Ki Maharaj, tusi vichhudya na vichhda sab mein rahya samay. The one that even if you forget, does not forget you, is already within you, and is already pre-existing. God is not that far from you, but we just don't have the eye to be able to see it. Dhan Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ Sikh ਆਇਆ. Sikh arrives and says, "Hey Guru Ramdas Ji Sache Pacha Ji, I've come from a nearby village. I've come from poverty. I have no food. I don't know how to feed my children." So what he does is he sets up a little hut outside of Darbar Sahib. At this time, Guru Ramdas Ji was Guruji. Darbar Sahib was flourishing. The Sikh comes, sets up a little hut, tries to sell some things. He makes 6 rupees of income that one day. One day he makes 6 rupees of income, comes to Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj's Sharan, and Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj says, "Sikha, eh jehdi beta hai na, eh Guru de ghar la de. Give it to the Guru's house." And you might be thinking as well, just like this, that Sikh was thinking, "Maharaj, this is all the income I made. Maharaj, how will I survive? How will my kids survive? What about the future? What will happen to me? Will I be happy in the future? Will I live happily ever after?" He thought to himself, you know what, Guru says it, I gotta give the money. And this is how our mind works. At night, sometimes he might be thinking as well, what type of Guru is this? Is he money hungry? Is the Guru only here for money? He just took all my income for the one day. He's like, you know what, I'm living at Guru Ramdas Ji's Nagari, consider it my property tax. You know, he just kind of gave it in this way. Next day comes, fir ki kita? He makes about 7 rupees income. Guru Ramdas Ji Sharan vich matha tekya shami. Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj says, "Eh vi peta seva de vich la de. Give it to the Guru's house. Put it into service." And he's thinking, all right, give it again. 5 days went like this. But as that Gursikh came and sat in the Sangat every single day, as he was listening to Asa Diwar da Kirtan every single day, these words entered his ears. So chinta karta kare, jin upaya jag. Why worry? Leave that worry to the Creator. The Creator that created the world will also then give us the food to be able to eat and sustain within the world. The Creator is the sustainer, is the destroyer. Leave it to the Karta. Jinno paya jag. Will that Creator not provide for you? When he heard these words, they entered his heart. Andaro sharda upj gayi. To be able to sit in the Sangat. He thought, I was the one that came to the Guru's house to make my income. Only then did he realize, no, the Guru called me not to take money away from me. Maharaj was filling my inside up. Mera andar jada khali pana si na, my anxiety, my worry that I was stressing about. The Guru was actually, as he was taking away, he was filling me on the inside. And today he's realized, he comes up to Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, and Maharaj, I've made 14 rupees today. And Maharaj put it into seva. And Guru Ramdas Ji Sache Pacha reply, and they say, "Ke Sikha, I never got your name. You never even told me your name. Ke Sikha, ye jehdi teri maya, aj kiddan tera dil karaya. Every time I asked for money, you were a little bit hesitant. I saw it in your eyes." The Guru knows. Hamri beardan tu janta shaha. God knows what's inside of our heart. Guru Ramdas Ji's asked them, say, you were hesitant at that time, but today, tu apne aap hi de raha. You are giving it. And he says, Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, I thought when I was giving first, mainu lag raha mere andaron kuch vichhad raha siga. I was losing something. And I felt an emptiness of something that I was trying to hold on to, but now I lost it. But Maharaj, now when I give this, I know that you are already within my heart. What is all of this when it goes anyways? Pamin Jave, Maharaj, Meri karke nahi amrit bharda andar, teri karke bharda hai. When I say mine, then my heart won't be filled with amrit. But when I say yours and I give, that's when my heart will be filled with amrit. Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, when they were even 7 years old, as they were growing up, there was tears in that child's eyes. There was tears inside of that child's eyes. As they would take boiled vegetables, they would take these boiled vegetables, these boiled shole, and they would walk around the streets of Lahore, and they'd give a hoka outside. Jinna ne India jaake, those that have gone to India, and you've seen in your village those little kids that are outside in the villages, and they're saying, buy some vegetables, buy some ganne da ras, buy some kaddu di sabji, tajiyan toriyan lao. Pyare, jadon agli vaar eho jiha hoka sunya na, hirde vich aakhe dhan Guru Ramdas Ji. Because it was Guru Ramdas Ji that was doing that in Lahore, in Chuna Mandi. Guru Ramdas Ji was in that city, in those streets, and nobody would buy from them. Why? Because they would say, if we buy from that child, then maybe that bad luck of the child will come upon us. Because his parents passed away. They labeled him as bad luck. They wouldn't let their kids play with Guru Ramdas Ji. Bhai Jetha Ji naal khedan nahi dinda si. They wouldn't let their children play with them. Because maybe that will rub off onto our child. So imagine a child growing up has no friends, has no family, has no house, has no food, has no clothes, has no place to shower properly. And this child is going from road, house to house to house, saying, buy my vegetables please. There are tears flowing down the face of my Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj. They say in the life of Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, there was always tears. There was always tears in the eyes of Guru Ramdas Ji. From their birth, even until Jadon Jyoti Jyot Samay. But there's a difference in those tears when they're a child, and there's a difference in those tears when Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj lifted them on their shoulders. There was a difference in those tears. You cry different tears as well. Sometimes we cry when we desired something, it's pulled away from, and we can't bear that pain, and tears come from our eyes. We don't know sada ki banna. The pain of separation. When you realize there's an emptiness. Kai vari, if you don't even realize, there's no pain. That pain of separation is a bliss as well. If you've not experienced the pain of separation, if you've never experienced pain in your life, je kade duniya de vich dukh hi nahi na kade handaya, ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ. Maybe you weren't going to sit in the darbar. You know people as well. Maybe you talked to them and said, let's go to the Gurdwara tonight. ਆਜੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਚੱਲੀਏ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ. Let's have a nice environment for ourselves. And somebody said, I'm fine. I don't need the Guru. I don't need Simran. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. But the person is not. They think they're fulfilled. It's like a plug stopper that they've temporarily put. But that pain will come. Dukh sukh do idhar kapde. Pehra jaye manuk. We live in the cycle of pain. And as we're going around and around, this pain hurts. Guru Ram Das Ji is crying tears when their friends are pulled from them. But Piareo, the day came when Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, at that time they were Baba Amar Das Ji. Because their nannies, they couldn't live in Lahore anymore. They packed their bags, they locked their house, they moved to Basurke. That was the village of Guru Amar Das Ji. Baba Amar Das Ji knocked on the door and he said, I heard there's a child here that has nobody. Tell this child, the one that has nobody, I am the person for the one that has nobody. मैं ओदा आया जिदा कोल कोई भी ना होवे, जिसका कोई ना है उसका प्रभु सोया. Paramatma is that person's who has nobody. And I want you to ask this question. Kisi koi koi manjne mani ik tu. Maharaj, she has a best friend. She has a best friend. Main sachi gal, even from my own life, I'll tell you, I've always wanted a best friend growing up. All my friends at school, they all had best friends. Like there was always there was a buddy system. And I was like always in groups of like 5 or groups of 3. But then like in the group of 3, there was always 2 friends who were like better friends. You know, Hassan and Rahan, man. They were good friends because they could talk about Islam together. But I was the odd one out. Oh, I couldn't talk with the other friends either. Why? Because they were better basketball players. I was the little one odd out. But that was a blessing. Kyun? Kyunki when I cried in my room and I sang these words, Kisi koi koi mand nimani ek tu, somebody has somebody. Somebody has somebody. But Maharaj, I only have you. Mera tu hi hai. Hamri bedan tu janta shaha. Maharaj, you know what's in my heart. Kyon na mari ja roye? Jalag chetana ave. Why would I not cry until you come and enter my heart? Guru Ram Das Ji has nobody. Guru Amar Das Ji says, if you have nobody, I will be yours. I will give you a house. I will be your father. I will be your protector. So if you feel you have nobody, make the Guru yours. The Guru did not come into the world to say, I'm here to meet the saints. Guru Nanak Dev Ji didn't come into the world to say, give me the people only the best of the best. Oh, those that are sinners? No, I'm not even going to look at them. That's not what Maharaj said. Maharaj says, those that are the gravest sinners, I'm here to embrace them. Those that are the ajamals, the ganakas, the prostitutes, the adulterers, the murderers, the thieves, the bandits, all of these, Maharaj ne udar kar deta. So Maharaj has come and giving this message to you. That kisi koi manjne mani ek tu. Baba Amar Das Ji ne apne ghar vich lianda. They brought them into their home. The day came when their nanny passed away. They packed up everything. They moved to Gobind Sahib, where Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj was. They served in the Boli Sahib. They were digging up. They were working in dirt. That day came, long story short, when the wife of Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj said that we need to find a var for our daughter. Bibi Pani ji vaste var chahiਦਾ hai. ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਖਿਆ, what type of var? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, oh, you know that Singh that's doing seva, that Sikh that's doing seva? Oh, look how humble he is. Look how beautifully he does seva. His eyes are always filled with nectar. He speaks so sweetly. Somebody like him. Baba Amar Das Ji quickly calls him. They say, hey, Jethya idhar aa, come over here. And Mataji can, no, not him, somebody like him. No, because he's homeless. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have wealth. When a child is going to get married, they look for wealth. They look for family status. They look for jat paat. These things are looked upon. First question is, what's your bank account? How many degrees do you have? All these questions are asked. Are you good looking? How powerful is your family? How much land do you have? When these questions are asked in the world, the questions are asked, he has nothing. And Baba Amar Das Ji says these words. They say, today the people say that he has no house. No, there will be a time when the entire world will come and bow down at the house of Guru Ram Das Ji. There will be no house in the world equivalent to the house of Guru Ram Das Ji. Ditte sabbe thav nahi to dije hiya. Harmandir Sahib is known as the house of Guru Ram Das Ji. They say he has no food. Feeds hundreds of thousands in a single day. That house. And they say that he has no pashak, no good clothes. Just know that there won't be so many Ramallah Sahib, so many beautiful clothes will be donated and submitted to this place that it will cover the pat of the hungry. It will cover the pat of the homeless. That will be the house of Guru Ram Das Ji, to the point that nobody alive can try to lock up the house of Guru Ram Das Ji. Pyareo, Agge Gurta Gaddi Maharaj nu bakshi. As Guru Ram Das Ji Maharaj is walking into the darbar, Baba Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj is standing up from the throne and saying, it's my time to leave the world now. Mere jaan da vela ho gaya aya. I am now going to leave this world. And Guru Ram Das Ji is your next Guru. Jadon namaskar kiti, today Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj is standing up, and Guru Ram Das Ji Maharaj is wearing beautiful clothes, clean clothes. Because before they were always doing seva, they're always wearing dirty clothes. Seva vich libad jande sige. Today they're wearing beautiful clothes. But as they're walking in, somebody from the Sangat made a remark. Pichon kisne awaaz diti. Unhone ek gal kahi, "Oh, tu rona ka to rehna hai. Why are you always crying?" Somebody made this remark from the back. I said, why are you always crying? Why is this person always crying? And Guru Ram Das Ji Maharaj, we read these lines in the Guru's Darbar every single day. They say, first I cried tears of pain. Main ro reha siga. I cried tears of pain. I thought I was missing something. But when the Guru filled me with this nectar of Amrit, it filled me so much. Main inna andron par gaya na, that I realized I wasn't missing anything. I'm overly fulfilled now. Main inna andron par gaya. I'm so fulfilled on the inside that the Amrit is filling up in my heart and is pouring out of my eyes. I cannot contain the Amrit. Har Amrit pinne loina. Man Prem ratna Ram Raje. Har Amrit pinne loina. My eyes, these tears that are flowing, this is not cry of pain now. This is the joy of love. Jinnah nu kade vi na pyar milya hove na. It's usually a 55-year-old father. Somebody that has never received a gift or love in their life or recognition for their services in their life. Sometimes they get it when they're retiring from their job. And they feel love for the first time. They're like, really? For me? ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਭਰ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ. Their tears are flowing from their eyes. Really? ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਕੋਈ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ? I'm worthy of love as well. The thing that they were missing, they didn't even realize they were missing. It had become numb. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਇਹ ਪੰਕਤੀਆਂ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਿਓ. ਜਾ ਜਾਪੈ ਕਿਛ ਕਿਥਾਹੂ ਨਾਹੀ. ਜਿਸ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ. That place, ਜਾ ਜਾਪੈ ਕਿਛ ਕਿਥਾਹੂ ਨਾਹੀ. That place that seems to be empty. When you look in your heart and you're like, you know what? When I look inside, I just feel emptiness. I don't feel any love. I don't feel any emotion. I just feel betrayal. Somebody betrayed me. Somebody hurt me. Something happened. Somebody passed down something. All the events of my life are coming in my heart, and it just seems empty. I feel emotionless. Ja japa, that place. Kich kithahu nahi. Just know that even that place that looks and feels empty to you, ta karta parpur samahi. that Creator is omnipresent even in that place. Suke te fun hariyo ki harya ki ton hartya wo choj vidani hai. This is all a play within the Creator's world. When there is emptiness on the inside but you're not able to see it, how can emptiness actually exist without you even seeing it? Because it looks empty, but how can something be there? Paramatma thodi bani sharda, even if you have forgotten to see it. When you feel that pain of separation, recognize that as a pain of hunger to rechannel. To rechannel towards the Creator. To say, now I finally feel separation, Maharaj, I do not place that hope in anything else. I have found your home. I have found your sanctuary. When I have found your sanctuary, Maharaj, there's nothing else that I now desire. So, aao pyareo, before our attention goes somewhere, bring Guru Ram Das Ji's beautiful tears in front of our eyes. I want you to dig deep within your heart. Apne andar chati maro. Dig deep. And find whatever you've been longing for. Sometimes we numb ourselves. We don't apa andar dekhde nahi hai. During the years of COVID, the world went crazy when they were told to sit in a room for 2 days and just sit there with their thoughts. The world said, we can't do that. Andar chati bani nahi ho sakta. They can't sit there with their own thoughts. But today, I'm asking you, sit with your own thoughts. Savdhan ekagarjit. Close your eyes. Because the eyes are the windows to distraction. Sit with your eyes closed and dig deep within your heart. Where is that pain stemming from within me? How do I feel that? And now reach out with your heart and ask Guru Sache Pacha, Maharaj, you know my pain. You know what's in my heart. I sing these words out of love to you. Through your words, let me experience you. Let me experience your presence because my eyes cannot see it. So let my hands and my heart feel you instead. Let me feel you in my heart. And the day I see you, the day I recognize you with those eyes, my internal eyes, is the day you will never be separate from me. Rab tere to kade vakh nahi, bas tere kolo dekhan wali akh nahi. Nanak akhadiyan beyan jni disando maa pari. Those eyes that are able to recognize that. Aao pyareo, koi vi rasna vanji na rave. Sing your heart. If you don't get this opportunity regularly, don't care if you're in key. No one's going to judge you. In fact, I want to hear you out of key. I want to hear those voices that are out of tune, that don't know the words. If you say a word wrong, today we'll forgive you. Pay attention on the screen for those words. Read the words, sing along with them. To this stage, I want to be able to hear your voice. If I can hear it, then definitely your own inside can hear it. We are external beings. We interact with the world through our 5 senses externally. But to be able to go internally, you have to then almost shock your senses a little bit. Shock your sense to say, hey, you've never sung outwardly to go inside, but now sing outwardly to the Guru in your presence. So then that will take you to the inside, to the point where eventually one day may come where you can sing without even using a tongue. Even if your tongue is cut off, your tongue will still be singing. That point will be reached. But today that Guru Ram Das Ji in the city of Lahore is wanting to hear your love. Gobind, even Guru Ram Das Ji wanted love. You want love. Maharaj, if I have nobody, I have you. So aao pyareo nitra band kariye, koi bhi rasna vanji na rave.
हर दर्शन को मेरा मन बहुत तपता है हर दर्शन को मेरा मन बहुत तपता है हर दर्शन को मेरा मन बहुत तपता है सखी गुण कहो मेरे प्रभ के मिल मिल सखी गुण कहो मेरे रब के ले सतगुर की मत मिल मिल सखी गुण कहो मेरे प्रभ ले सतगुर की मत तीर गुण कहो मेरे प्रभ के 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 वाहिगुरु 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 हर दर्शन को मेरा मन बहुत तपता हर दर्शन को मेरा मन बहुत तपता ज्यों त्रिखावंत भिन्न नीर त्रिखावंत भिन्न नीर ज्यों त्रिखावंत भिन्न नीर ज्यों त्रिखावंत भिन्न नीर मेरे मन प्रेम लगो प्रेम लगो प्रेम लगो हर तीर मेरे मन प्रेम लगो प्रेम लगो प्रेम लगो हर तीर हमरी बेदन हर प्रभ जान 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 मेरे मन अंतर की पीर 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 मेरे मन प्रेम लगो प्रेम लगो प्रेम लगो हर तीर प्रेम लगो प्रेम लगो प्रेम लगो हर तीर मिल मिल सखी गुण कहो मेरे प्रभ के मिल मिल सखी गुण कहो मेरे प्रभ के ले सतगुर की मत तीर ले सतगुर की मत तीर मेरे हर प्रीतम की कोई बात सुनावे सतगुर की कोई बात सुनावे सो पाई सो मेरा वीर शांत शरीर
हर
दर्शन शांत शरीर हर दर्शन शांत शरीर हर दर्शन शांत शरीर.
In the midst of chaos, try to find yourself in the eye of the tornado. ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਪੁਚਾਲ ਸਾਰੀ ਨੇਰੀ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਨਾ, in the middle of the tornado is the most calm part. But can you separate yourself in this way? Sometimes it's painful. And the Guru sometimes shoots it at you in the form of an arrow. ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਤੀਰ ਦੇ ਰੂਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਰਦੇ ਆ. ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਲਗੋ ਹਰ ਤੀਰ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਬਾਣੀ ਮਨ ਮਾਰਿਆ ਅਣਿਆਲੇ ਅਣੀਆਂ ਰਾਮ ਰਾਜੇ. ਜਿਸ ਰਾਮ ਕਸਵੱਟੀ ਲਾਇਆ ਬਸ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਕਸਵੱਟੀ ਤੇ. This is the test. As the Guru shoots such an arrow, can you bear that arrow in your heart? And sometimes that's difficult. Kabir Satgur Sur mein bahya baan jo ek lagat hi poi gir parya parai kaleje shek. Bhai Nand Lal Ji, they bore those arrows. Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj, they bore those arrows. As they're making the thada, as they made the frame and they tested them, is it perfect? Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj said that it's made in this way. Put all the best efforts into it. Guru Amar Das Ji said it's not good enough, tear it down, build it again. They built it again. Guru Amar Das Ji said tear it down again, fir thada tod do. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਦੇ. You're not accepting our seva. Bhai Jetha Ji kept making it. They made it 5 times, 10 times, 17 ਵਾਰੀ, 17 times. They built it, they destroyed it, built it, destroyed it. Till the point where even Bhai Jetha Ji said, Maharaj, I can never build anything that's capable for you to sit upon. And that's what Guru Amar Das Ji said, Jethya, thada ban gaya, now it's made. It wasn't about the physical thada. Is the platform in my heart made in which I can enter your heart and sit within it? ਕਿ ਉਹ ਅੰਦਰੂਨੀ ਥੜਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਆ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਬੈਠਣਾ ਆ. But sometimes it comes in the form of an arrow and Guru breaks that ego of ours. Bhai Nand Lal Ji says these beautiful words. Bhai Nand Lal Ji says that, oh Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, just like if Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj was sitting in the darbar today, ਜੇ ਅੱਜ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਣ ਨਾ, they would be sitting and they would be looking at every single one in the sangat. ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਵੱਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਝਾਤੀ ਮਾਰਨੀ. Bhai Nand Lal Ji ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੇ. Bhai Nand Lal Ji says, Maharaj, I want you to look at me. But Maharaj ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਸਹਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਕੂਰੀ ਵੀ ਵੱਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ. Sometimes they would look at the child and Maharaj, if you look at me, you'll see all my faults. ਮੇਰੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਔਗਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ. The Guru will know all your faults. And he's like, Maharaj, I'm scared. I don't want you to look at me. Because you'll know everything about me. But Maharaj, I still want you to look at me. He's battling with this. Maharaj, dekho, na dekho, dekho, na dekho. He's battling with this in his mind. Bhai Nand Lal Ji is. Fir oh kende, nahi, Maharaj, main chauna tha tusi mere wal dekho. Because you are the master in the world. मान में या रेम ताबे गम से मिजगान कून यक ने गाहे जां फिजाइश बस बवद दरकार मां गाहे सूफी गाहे जायद गाहे कलंदर मेशवद रंग हाय मुख्तलिफ दारद बुते यार मां कदर लाले ऊं बुजुज आशिक न दानद हेच कश कीमते याकूत दानद चश्मे गौहर बाहर मां कि सच्चे पातशाह, if you look at me, मेरे को say I will probably die. If you look at me, it's going to be like you taking an arrow and shooting it right through my heart. It might kill me. Do we have love, a relationship with the Guru like that? That's the first question. When we read Gurbani, does that arrow through Gurbani come out and strike your heart? Are we able to bear that? Sometimes it comes in the form of a slap. Sometimes it's in the form of a hug. Sometimes Maharaj embraces us. This is the relationship Guru makes with us. Bhai Nand Lal Ji says, Maharaj, you will shoot this arrow if you look at me right now. But when you look at me, it'll hit me. My ego will die. I will die. But I still want you to look at me. क्योंकि जे थोड़ी नज़र विच में तुसी एक बारी देख लिया मेरी हौमै मर गई, फिर तो मैं मुक्त हो गया. Then I'm liberated. I found everything. Then my heart will be filled with amrit then. In this way, Bhai Nand Lal Ji one day, They saw Guru Gobind Singh Ji prashada ਛਕ ਰਹੇ. Guru Gobind Singh Ji ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ. They know what's in his heart. And you know what they say? Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj ਨੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੁਲਾਇਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਖੀਰਲਾ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦਾ one ਬੁਰਕੀ, ਇੱਕ ਖੀਰਲੀ ਬੁਰਕੀ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦੇ ਦੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੱਤੀ. They left it. ਭਾਈ ਨੰਦ ਲਾਲ ਜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋ ਗਏ. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਭੋਗ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ. Will I get this burki today? Because Maharaj, if I eat your bhog, I will get everything within me. ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਖੰਡੇ ਬਾਟੇ ਦਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ, this is what it is. Just like ਜਦੋਂ ਕੜਾਹ ਪ੍ਰਸ਼ਾਦ ਦੀ ਦੇਗ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ, and ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪਾਈ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, that ਸ੍ਰੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ is the form of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj eating it. ਖੰਡੇ ਬਾਟੇ ਦਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦਾ ਭੋਗ ਗਿਆ. Before ਖੰਡੇ ਬਾਟੇ ਦਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ there was charan paul. They would wash the Guru's feet and drink that. The Guru would bless this Amrit. And what is this difference between this physical Amrit and the internal Amrit? Amrit is inside of you, but you don't know it's there yet. You've never experienced it. They say, ਜਦੋਂ ਖੂਹ ਪੱਟਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਨਾ, when you dig a well, you dig down as deep as you can, but you will only reach muddy waters. You will only reach like chikkad, mud. The water doesn't come out just by digging into the ground. They say you have to put water into the well. Once you put water from the outside of the well, it pulls all the water from the inside all the way up. ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਪਾਣੀ ਨੂੰ. They say that the butter is already within the milk. The butter is already within the milk, but you just can't see it yet. What do you need to do to the butter to get it out? It's already there. Sometimes you have to put the vinegar, you have to turn it into the curd, you have to turn it into the paneer. Paneer is there, buttermilk is there, your cottage cheese is there, your whey protein, everything is within that dud. It's all there, but you just can't see it yet. Once you put something from the outside, you do something, you put the redka in the middle of the milk and you churn that milk, the butter will rise to the top. Piaare, when you sing the Shabad from the outside, when you drink the Amrit from the outside, when you take Gurmantra and recite it every single day from the outside, then that bliss that's inside of you one day will manifest. It's already there. But Maharaj, sometimes they make it easy, sometimes they make it hard. One day Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, they leave this burki, ek prashada di burki unhone chhaddi. Bhai Nand Lal Ji says, is today the day I will be able to eat that burki, and the moment I bite into it, my heart will be filled with love. Is today that day? Guru Gobind Singh Ji knows what's in their heart. Kalgidhar Pacha says, take this burki and feed it to my dog that's in the stables. Maharaj ko ek jangli kutta hunda si. They had a wild war dog that they would keep. Jadon utthe jaake it would be able to sniff, it would be able to do a lot of tactics. Maharaj ne kya, onu jaake utthe pa do. Bhai Nand Lal Ji is watching as this burki in this bata is being taken right across from his face into the stables, and the dog gets to eat it. Bhai Nand Lal Ji, the next day they're thinking, you know what, Maharaj, I'm your dog as well. I'm your dog. And you might be thinking, wow, kinni nimarta, kinna prem Bhai Nand Lal Ji da. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ. It's just because you think it, that doesn't mean that that's what it is. Maharaj knows what disease there is and how to break it. Kalgidhar Pacha says, take this and feed it to my dog. Bhai Nand Lal Ji watches again, it goes like, no. It goes again. The third day, Bhai Nand Lal Ji goes and sits down beside the dog. Lays down beside the dog. And remember, Bhai Nand Lal Ji was not a random person. They were the head of a Babanja Kavis. They were in charge of all the langar. They were the master poet that even Aurangzeb sought to kill because he was too good. That is the level of this person. And he lays down in the stables beside the dogs of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, beside the horses, and says, Maharaj, I'm your dog. Maybe this burki enters this dog's mouth today. My is kukar de mukh vich shayad aj peh jayegi. Lays down, watches the burki come into the darbar or into the stables, move right past him and into the mouth of the other dog. And he's thinking, Maharaj, what am I doing wrong? Kiya. As he's sobbing, he goes to Guru Kalgidhar Pacha. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji from a distance, Bhai Nand Lal Ji knows they don't need to speak a word for Guru Sahib to know what's in their heart. They're thinking it. Guru Gobind Singh Ji from a distance, they say, Bhai Nand Lala, tu mere kukar barabar nahi hoya, kukar di seva karke ode barabar bana. Go and do seva, service of my dog. Become equivalent. How dare you think you are equal to that? And Bhai Nand Lal Ji's heart, ego shatters in that moment. In that moment it shatters, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj says, Bhai Nand Lal Ji goes and serves the dog, bas. That's when the heart was fulfilled. We don't know what test the Guru is putting us through. So if you experience a time of separation, a pain, actually you would not know to reach out to the Guru if it wasn't for that pain. ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹ ਦੁੱਖ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, if your friend did not betray you, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਨਿੱਕੀ ਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਤੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ. Baba Buddha ji found out from a little minute thing. They watched somebody go into the fields and cut the grass, and they're like, hold on, the big grass and the small grass gets cut at the same time. Death can come at any time. Then they saw the fire burning, and they saw the bigger logs burning slower and the small twigs burning faster. They said, death might come for me first, as they're 7 years old. You can learn it from anywhere. But the moment that comes into your life and you say, Maharaj, aa jagah lab gayi. Maharaj, mere dil vich tusi teer maar ditta ya. You've shown me this place, emptiness. Hun Maharaj, tusi mera hirda par do. Fill my heart in this way. Kav kal Thakur har das tane, Guru Ram das sar apar pare. Jeda khali sarovar vi hunda na, Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj can fill that pool. In our heart, we have that sarovar within us. And the moment we take our consciousness on a regular basis, come into these sangats, to be able to sit, to be able to recite, find that space and time for the Guru, Maharaj holi holi ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭਰਨੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ. So, ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਹੈ. We're going to sing the shabad together. ਪਰ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਮੇਰੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਆ, not just this time, ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਸਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕਾਂ ਦਾ, ਸਾਰੇ ਸੇਵਾਦਾਰਾਂ ਦਾ, everybody that's taken out the time to be able to come and join in this sangat. The goal of this sangat is when actually that Panji might actually be sitting in she is sitting in the sangat today. She met me in England, and in England she said, Virji, there's no sangat near me. I can't find it. I'm like, acha kede tusi purane je ilake te rehne hoge? You know, I'm like, maybe she lives in like Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, pata nahi kithe rehndi hoge jithe bilkul nahi sangat lab rahi. She's like, Virji, I'm from Surrey. I'm like, what? Surrey, like wahi Surrey di gal kar rahe hain na? Like the same Surrey where there's a gurdwara, like 5 gurdwara on the same street. Like that one, right, where every week there's a new gurdwara made. That same Surrey, and she's like, yeah. And I was like, utte ta sangat ghar de vich ya. Par kendi, Veer ji, dhyan naal sune, sanu nahi dikhdi. I don't see it. I don't see that vibe. That place is not there for somebody that is not already has taken the samsantya. That place is not there for somebody who is not already knowing how to do Kirtan. That place is not there for somebody that can already know all the meanings of Gurbani. Baji, that we don't know. I don't know how to sit there with somebody that might be somewhere along my path. So I said, Panji, let's make that. Let's do that. Let's create that space. So this Divan is not just happening here in October. This is going to happen every month. At the first Saturday of every month, this Divan will take place. Jide vich Kirtani sang aunge. We will sing Kirtan together. Today, Dilruba Rabab wale didn't show up because they were busy. But we'll play the Rababs together. We'll play the Dilruba and the Taus together. When we join in the Sangha together, I want you to come with your questions. Ask each other those questions. You can ask myself those questions. I get it on a stage setting. It's very difficult to ask these questions and create that sort of environment with conversation. Karni thodi okhi ho jandi. That's why in today's Divan, I try to speak mainly English. Kyunki to create that space. ਤੇ ਕੀ ਪਤਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਆਵੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੀ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਿਆ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਸੰਤ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਸੁਣੀਏ ਕਹੀ ਹੈ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਅਸੰਤ ਮਸ਼ਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ where they get to sit in the ਸੰਗਤ of the saints ਸਾਧੂਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਸੁੱਖ ਸਾਂਝ ਕਰਨੇ ਸੰਗਤ is made for this you have a pain let's talk about it if you have no idea what to feel you come into the Guru Sangat and you feel it here if we get an opportunity even today let's do it once Sukhasan happens we've done our talking for an hour and a half when Guru Sahib gives their hukumnama we all listen I do this binti to you I understand there's a habit I see it more in Surrey I'll be honest more than anywhere once like there's like a curse word that sometimes people feel Ram Kalima Latij and everyone gets up and starts running everyone runs Pyareo nahi all day we've been saying Maharaj Mohan karavo karo jadariya Gurus enter my heart and when the Guru says main kare aa gaya we run away Anand paya meri mai Satguru mein paya we say nahi but pyaro meri benti I get it sometimes kam te jana pinda there's routines if Kirtan was going to happen for the next 10 minutes we would all sit but if Anand Sahib happens we end up going but there is a bakshish there's a big blessing we don't normally get to experience when we all stand and do ardas together when we all listen to the hukum we've done our talking pay attention to what when Guru Sahib gives the hukum Guru Sahib does speak and I know sama ho gaya ya but I'm going to take just 30 more seconds to explain why the importance of the Guru speaking and how the Guru actually works in the Hajuri. I remember when Bhai Jasdave Singh when he had cancer. Me, Bhai Sahib, all of things we knew Guru Sahib speaks directly to us. We've had experienced that through our life. When we sat down, he gave his speech, the one that went viral on YouTube. He gave his last speech, sat down in the Sangat, sat down right beside me. And he looked at me, he's like, let's see what Guru Sahib has to say. And we were all waiting for the hukumnama. Hey, Guru Sahib, give the hukumnama ke sare rog khandan ho jange. Just say that word we know. Hukumnama came and the first words that were read by Jasdave Singh folded his hands, put his head down and just said, Sat Bachan. The words were, Baba, aya uth chalana. That you've come into the world, now you have to go. The entire Sangat was on their edge saying, Maharaj, what are you going to say? To the point where a lot of Sangat couldn't accept. They thought the Granthi Singh rigged the hukumnama. They weren't willing to accept the Guru actually does speak. Pyaro sachi gal Guru di sharan vich ardas karni Guru Sahib de bachan karan vich bahut barakat hai. These aren't stories you've heard by Chhajju Ji's Sakhi where Guru Har Krishna Sahib Ji put their hand on top of their head and they were able to do all the meanings of the Gita. There's somebody that was illiterate. Pyareo, there was a Panji that I know 4 years ago. She cried all night in the Guru's Darbar. She was trying to take Santhya. She couldn't recite a certain word properly. She's like, I don't know how to recite this. She went into Sachkhand room. She laid down and cried all night. She fell asleep there. By the morning time, she had that, not just that word pronunciation, she had the entire Bani memorized. She doesn't even know how. She walked out of Sachkhand. She's reading that Bani and she's like, why do I not need a Gurkha Sahib anymore? The entire Bani is memorized. Akali Baba Mit Singh, when they would write Uda in the sand, they would forget what Ada means. They would write Ada and they would forget what Uda is. That's how they would be like, Minu padna nahi aunda. One day as they're doing Simran, they closed their eyes and as they're falling asleep trying to sit there, they opened their eyes and they saw Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj stand in front of them. As they appeared, this is not 300 years ago, this is roughly 100 years ago. Kalgidhar Pacha appears in front of them at Damdama Sahib, puts their hand on top of their head. Inni ki chalak hui. And Akali Baba Mit Singh, I just told you, they could not read Uda from Eda, Eda from Uda. They couldn't tell the difference. They had all of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji and all of Sri Dasam Granth Sahib memorized, off by heart. And this was somebody that didn't know how to read. Do you think these things don't happen? They do. Do you think they can't happen to you? They can happen to you. They will happen to you. But bharosa chahida. If Guru Sahib tusi ki hajar najar hain, are you here with us today? Can we experience you? So meri benti hai, aaj apan sare ikkathe hoye hain. I ask you to go and invite more sangat. Somebody that needs these vichar, somebody that needs that environment, needs to sit in Q&A. Jadon Sukhasan ho jaouga, afterwards I will hang out by the darbar as well. We can sit down in the second hall or outside. We can do an informal Q&A. And you know me, you'll learn about this about me. You can sit me down until 4 a.m. ठीक है? I'll give the car keys to my wife and I'll say, you go home. ठीक है? I can sit down all night. If you got questions, I will keep going. ठीक है? भैन जी, all the sevadars are smiling because they're like, yeah, this is exactly what he's like. ठीक है? They have to bring me food to eat, but I love answering your questions. I love sitting down. I love engaging in this. So अपने मन दे विच जो भी मन विच हुंदा, don't be like, oh, I don't want to ask. I don't know if I should. Nahin, I'm begging you to ask. Because when you ask me, I feel your love. When you come and ask me a question, I'm feeling your love. ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਇੱਕ ਭਾਈਚਾਰੇ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਹੈ. ਸੋ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ, ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਿਦਵਾਨ ਸੱਜਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਬੈਠੇ ਨੇ. ਭਾਈ ਪ੍ਰਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ was in the ਦਰਬਾਰ, ਭਾਈ ਅਨੂਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ, ਭਾਈ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ. These things you can go and ask your questions as well. They will guide you. In this single, let's create this conversation. So ਆਓ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ, ਹੁਣ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਰਸਨਾ ਵਾਂਝੀ ਨਾ ਰਵੇ. Sit with your back straight, close your eyes. ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਗਾਉਣਾ ਜੀ.
ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਹਰ ਆਸ ਪੁਝਾਵੋ, ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਕੀ ਹਰ ਆਸ ਪੁਝਾਵੋ, ਹਰ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਸਰੀਰ, 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 ਹਰ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਸਰੀਰ। ਮਿਲ ਮਿਲ ਸਖੀ ਗੁਣ ਕਹੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੇ, ਮਿਲ ਮਿਲ ਸਖੀ ਗੁਣ ਕਹੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੇ, ਲੈ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੀ ਮਤ ਮਿਲ ਮਿਲ ਸਖੀ ਗੁਣ ਕਹੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੇ, ਮਿਲ ਮਿਲ ਸਖੀ ਗੁਣ ਕਹੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕੇ, ਲੈ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੀ ਮਤ ਤੀਰ, ਲੈ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੀ ਮਤ ਤੀਰ। ਵਾਹਿ 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 ਗੁਰਪੁਰਾ ਜਿਨ ਸਿਮਰਿਆ ਸਈ ਪਏ ਨਿਹਾਲ, ਗੁਰਪੁਰਾ ਜਿਨ ਸਿਮਰਿਆ ਸਈ ਪਏ ਨਿਹਾਲ, ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਆਰਾਧਨਾ, ਕਾਰਜ ਆਵੇ ਰਸ, ਕਾਰਜ ਆਵੇ ਰਸ, ਸਿੱਖੋ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪਿਆਰਿਆ, ਜਨਮ ਮਰਨ ਕੀ ਟੇਕ, ਸਿੱਖੋ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪਿਆਰਿਆ, ਜਨਮ ਮਰਨ ਕੀ ਟੇਕ, ਮੁਖ ਉਜਲ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖੀ, ਉਜਲ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖੀ, ਮੁਖ ਉਜਲ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖੀ, ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਏਕ, ਮੁਖ ਉਜਲ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖੀ, ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਏਕ, ਨਾਨਕ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਏਕ। ਰਾਮਕਲੀ ਮਹਲਾ ਤੀਜਾ, ਆਨੰਦ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ, ਸਦਾ ਰਹੋ ਹਰ ਕਾਲੇ। ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਸਭ ਵਿਸਾਰਨਾ। ਅੰਗੀਕਾਰੂ ਧਰੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਕਾਰਜ ਸਭ ਸਵਾਰਨਾ। ਸਮਰੱਥ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਸੋ ਕਿਉ ਮਨੋ ਵਿਸਾਰੇ। ਕਹਿ ਨਾਨਕ ਮਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਦਾ ਰਹੋ ਹਰ ਨਾਲੇ। ਸਾਚੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਾ ਕਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਤੇ। ਕਰਤਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਸਭ ਕੁਛ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਤੇ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਭਾਵੇ। ਸਦਾ ਸਿਫਤ ਸਲਾਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਨਾਮ ਮਨ ਵਸਾਵੇ। ਨਾਮ ਜਿਣ ਕੇ ਮਨ ਵਸਿਆ ਵਾਜੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਨੇਰੇ। ਨਾਨਕ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਤੇ। ਸੱਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਸੱਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ। ਸੱਚ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਿਨ ਭੁੱਖਾ ਸਭ ਗਵਾਈਆਂ। ਹਰ ਸਾਥ ਸੁਖ ਮਨ ਆਏ ਵਸਿਆ ਜਿਨ ਇੱਛਾ ਸਭ 부ਝਾਈਆਂ। ਸਦਾ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗੁਰ ਵੇਖੋ ਜਿਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਵਡਿਆਈਆਂ। ਕਹਿ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੁਣੋ ਸੰਤੋ ਸਬਦ ਕਰੋ ਪਿਆਰੋ। ਸੱਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਵਾਜੇ ਪੰਜ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਰ ਛਪਾ ਕੇ ਕਰ ਛਪਾ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਵਾਜੇ ਕਲਾ ਜਿਨ ਕਰਤਾਰੀਆ। ਪੰਜ ਦੂਤ ਤਦਵਾਸ ਕੀਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕੰਟਕ ਮਾਰਿਆ। ਗੁਰਮਤਿ ਪਾਇਆ ਤੁਝ ਜਿਨ ਕੋ ਸੇ ਨਾਮ ਹਰਿ ਕੈ ਲਾਗ। ਕਹਿ ਨਾਨਕ ਤੈਸ ਕਹੋ ਤਿਤ ਕਰ ਅਨਹਦ ਵਾਜ। ਅਨੰਦ ਸੁਨੋ ਵਡ ਭਾਗਿਓ ਸਗਲ ਮਨੋਰਥ ਪੂਰੇ। ਅਮਰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਇਆ ਉਤਰੇ ਸਗਲ ਵਸੂਰੇ। ਦੁਖ ਰੋਗ ਸੰਤਾਪ ਉਤਰੇ ਸੁਣੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਬਾਣੀ। ਅੰਤ ਸਾਜਨ ਪਏ ਸਰ ਸੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਗੁਰਤੇ ਜਾਣੀ। ਸੁਣਤੇ ਪੁਨੀਤ ਕਹਤੇ ਪਵਿੱਤ। ਸੁਣਤੇ ਪੁਨੀਤ ਕਹਤੇ ਪਵਿੱਤ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਰਹਿਆ ਭਰਪੂਰੇ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਰਹਿਆ ਭਰਪੂਰੇ। ਬਿਨਵੰਤ ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਚਰਨ ਲਾਗੇ।